You don't look lonely. That's the strange part. You look composed, capable, calm under pressure. You're the one others lean on when life falls apart. The one who has it together. The one people assume is fine, even when no one asks. But late at night, when the noise fades, something heavy settles in your chest. Not sadness, exactly, more like emptiness. A quiet absence where closeness should live. You've mastered independence so completely that even intimacy feels optional, risky, inconvenient. And here's the paradox no one talks about. The strength that once kept you safe is now the very thing keeping you alone. You learned, maybe without words, that depending on others led to disappointment, that being low maintenance earned approval, that being strong meant being lovable. So you stopped reaching, stopped asking, stopped expecting. And over time, people stopped seeing you. Not because they don't care, but because you taught them you didn't need to be cared for. This is the hidden pain of lonely adults who seem strong. Not loud loneliness, not desperate loneliness, but a quiet, dignified isolation, where you survive beautifully and ache invisibly. Psychologically, this pattern is not confidence. It's hyper-independence, a trauma-adapted survival strategy. Hyper-independence often forms in environments where emotional support was inconsistent, conditional, or absent, where reliance led to letdown, where vulnerability was ignored or punished. The nervous system learns a simple rule: if I need nothing, I cannot be disappointed. Let's ground this in psychology. 1. Avoidant attachment. Avoidant attachment develops when caregivers are emotionally unavailable or dismissive. The child adapts by minimizing needs and emotions to preserve connection. As adults, this becomes emotional self-sufficiency, discomfort receiving help, a belief that closeness equals loss of autonomy. You don't avoid people, you avoid dependence. 2. Emotional neglect schema. Emotional neglect doesn't look like abuse. It looks like absence. No one asked how you felt. No one mirrored your inner world. So you learn to self-soothe, alone. Over time, this rewires identity. I handle myself. I don't burden others. I'll be fine. But the cost is subtle. You stop believing anyone could meet you emotionally, even if they wanted to. 3. Hypervigilance of self-reliance. Your nervous system stays alert, not for danger, but for disappointment. You preemptively remove needs before they can be unmet. This is not emotional maturity. It's emotional containment. You don't feel deeply unsafe. You feel deeply unsupported, even while appearing unshakable. Carl Jung once said, "The greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of the parents." For many strong, lonely adults, that burden becomes internalized as responsibility, too early, too completely. You became capable before you became seen, and that creates a specific kind of grief, invisible grief. Grief for the softness you never got to practice, the version of you that wanted to be held, not respected, the relief of knowing someone else would catch you. You didn't choose independence, you inherited it. And now, strength feels like a locked door. The fear underneath this archetype is not abandonment, it's being a need that no one can meet. So you preempt the pain by needing less. But here's the quiet tragedy. You don't feel rejected, you feel untouched. Daily life reflects this. You celebrate alone. You process alone. You recover alone. You are admired, but not known. As the philosopher Seneca warned, a man who is a friend to himself must beware of becoming a stranger to others. Strength without connection becomes exile. This pattern doesn't stay abstract. It shapes your adult life in recognizable ways. You might, in relationships, attract partners who lean on you but don't truly see you. Feel uncomfortable when someone tries to care for you deeply. Leave relationships where emotional needs are expected. In career, overfunction and under-ask. Become indispensable, then resentful. Burn out quietly, without complaint. In self-worth, tie value to usefulness. Feel undeserving of rest. Confuse productivity with identity. In boundaries, say, "I'm good," when you're not. Reject help reflexively. Feel guilty receiving care. In emotional regulation, intellectualize feelings instead of expressing them. Stay calm while disconnected. Collapse privately, never publicly. In identity, see yourself as the strong one. Fear softness will undo you. Struggle to answer the question, "Who am I when I'm not needed?" These are not personality traits. They are coping mechanisms that outlived their usefulness. The beginning of healing is not changing behavior, it's witnessing. Not forcing vulnerability, but noticing the reflex to avoid it. Not shaming independence, but asking what it once protected you from. Healing for the strong and lonely is not about becoming weak, it's about becoming reachable. This work is slow and deeply counterintuitive. Inner child reparenting. Learn to respond to your own needs with gentleness, not dismissal. Practice saying, "It makes sense that I want support." Shadow work. Explore the disowned parts of you that crave closeness, reassurance, softness. They are not flaws. They are unmet needs. Nervous system regulation. Strength kept your system alert. Healing teaches it safety. Breath work, stillness. Letting someone else lead without apology. Choosing softness over survival. Not all strength is armor. Some strength is letting yourself lean. Rainier Maria Rilke wrote, "Try to love the questions themselves. Live the questions now." Your question is not, "How do I stop being lonely?" It's, "Can I allow myself to be supported without losing myself?" The goal is not to be fixed. It's to become whole. If this spoke to something quiet inside you, you're not alone, even if it feels that way. Share this with someone who carries strength too heavily. And if you want more explorations like this, staying.